Have you ever used a lens that can do this? Well, up until this week, I hadn't. So when Peggy reached out and asked me if I'd like to try the TTartisan 50mm f1.4 tilt lens, I said yes for one main reason. It looked like fun. So on the front of the TTartisan 50mm f1.4 tilt lens, we have this friction type lens cap. I much prefer this over the screw type caps which came on the lenses I've used previously. Also on the front here we have the aperture ring which goes from f1.4 right through to f16. It is clickless and it is very nice and smooth. Just below that we have the focus ring, and it does cause the lens to extend just a little bit, about 5mm if I had to guess, but it's not much at all. Over here on the back we have the locking screw which allows you to tilt the lens about 45 degrees in each direction. And over here on the very bottom of the lens we have a second locking screw which allows you to rotate the lens a full 360 degrees, which allows you to get not only horizontal compositions using the tilt effect, but vertical ones too. As with all of these TTartisan lenses that I've used, they are very well built. It is all metal and glass and does have a fair bit of weight to it. Over on the back we have a metal mount with no weather sealing. There are no electronic connections on this lens as it is fully manual, so that means manual focus, manual aperture and everything. So when they asked me if I wanted to try this lens, I started to think about compositions, and you know what I need? I need a big bridge. So if you're not sure what a tilt shift lens is, it makes your image look like this. It's pretty cool, right? You may have seen something similar to this before if you have the miniature effect in your camera or your phone. But this is happening all with the lens, and it's a 50mm f1.4 lens. So while I was at the bridge, I did a few little tests to see just how sharp this lens was at various apertures, starting with f1.4. As you can see, it's a bit soft. I mean, I expected it, to be fair, but you know, zoomed right in, it's pretty soft. At f2 it improves a little bit and brings a little bit of contrast back in there, but not too much different to 1.4. By f2.8 you're starting to see the first signs of sharpness and the contrast is coming back nicely. And by f4 I would say that this is pretty sharp, and this is where I found myself using it for most of the time. At f5.6 it sharpens up just a little bit more. I just wanted to talk really quickly about these two images. I'm going to show you the before and after edits. They're shot at f1.4 and f4, and I just wanted to use these as a comparison so you can see the difference in the level of detail. So this is the f1.4 shot unedited. As you can see, the detail in the grass is very low. It's very soft. I mean, it has kind of a dreamy quality to it, so if that's the kind of thing that you want, this is great for that. But at f4, as you can see, the level of detail is significantly better, and as I've already said, this is where I preferred to use the lens most of the time I was using it. Alright, so the bridge was very cool, and yeah, it's a little bit soft at f1.4, but I wanted to try this at night, and I am so glad I did, because that to me is where this really comes into its own and goes from being a lens that is, you know, quirky and fun and something that you would use from time to time just to get the effect, to a lens that I could see myself using for an entire project. It was so good. I got some images I was very happy with, and I love the effect. If I could paint, this is how I would paint. So, have a look. Alright, hope you enjoyed that, hope you enjoyed the video. If you are interested in this lens, there is a link in the description below. Thank you very much to Peggy for sending me this out for review, and I'll see you in the next one.